obviously someone that hasn't been in the league, someone that's not played in the league, I can't 100% empathize with him. But what I can say is I know as someone that understands that people pay you for your value. I understand how he would try to elevate his value this year. Well, the issue is it's a little too late. I'm not saying that Klay Thompson's trash. I'm not saying that Klay Thompson is just, Thanos type ash and isn't good. But what I'm saying is Klay Thompson has struggled with accepting that he's not the same. And on top of that, he hasn't built on that foundation like a Steph Curry has. Steph Curry came in, he wasn't as good a dribbler, and he had ankle issues. Well, with that, he developed a handle. He developed court vision. So this is going to be a very interesting year for Klay Thompson, or interesting offseason for Klay Thompson, because obviously he's in a situation that he's never been in, and that is a free agent. Well, possibly a free agent. Klay Thompson chose the absolute worst time to have one of his worst games of the year, and that obviously was in the plan when he went 0 for 10. Now, he has done that this year on a multitude of occasions, several occasions, where he's had stinkers or he's tried to force his shot. But to do it in the play-in when your team needs you the most, So I'm very interesting to see where he goes. I mean, you have the Lakers, he could be a good fit. The Magic, you hear that a lot. The Timberwolves always need shooters. I think his best bet is Golden State. I think when you go to a place that when you go to some place new, when you played your whole career in one spot, there's expectations that follow you there that I don't know if Klay Thompson is prepared for. I don't know if Klay Thompson is ready for. I don't know if Klay Thompson honestly deserves, and that's no disrespect to him. But when you're getting someone like Klay Thompson, you're also getting someone that is a 4-time champion. You're also getting someone that was part of a dynasty, a main part of a dynasty. And you're going to go to a team where you're looked at, some of those teams, like the Magic, you're looked at to be the man. You're looked up to be a culture changer. Well, I don't know if that's Klay Thompson. And that's no offense to Klay Thompson. I think his best bet is to stay with Golden State, but again, I don't know if Golden State. See, the thing that people don't like to talk about, but it is true, is money dictates sports. Not just for the teams, but for the construction of teams. And the reason why Golden State was able and willing to pay over the luxury tax year after year after year is because it resulted in wins. If I'm a billionaire, I don't care if I'm paying over the luxury tax if I continue to get championships year after year, and those championships draw more revenue and I get more fans because there's more eyes looking at my team. If I'm gonna pay 30 million and I'm a billionaire, what is that to me? But what I look like paying 150, 300, 400 million dollars over the luxury tax for a team that can't even make the playoffs. That's why I said in one of the recent episodes I said if this team doesn't make it, I expect, I'm not going to say a full blow up, but I definitely expect major changes, because You can't justify. This is the second year in a row that they either underachieved as far as, well, they either didn't make it to a conference finals or didn't even make the playoffs. In fact, they haven't made the playoffs in 3 of the last 4 years, I think. It's hard to justify to an owner that you're willing to pay a crazy amount over the luxury tax for a team that isn't currently constructed, isn't good enough to make the playoffs. And when one of your best players, who is up there in age, who has a injury history, goes 0 for 10 in the biggest game of the season. Yeah. So I think Golden State's going to try to keep him, but at their price. Which is why I'm not confident that Klay Thompson's going to stay, because Golden State's price may be lower than somebody else's price. And I don't know. Obviously, I don't think anyone knows the mindset of Klay Thompson, but I don't know. But we will see. We will see. But I do officially think the dynasty is over. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't win it all moving forward. Like, they can't win it all next year. But what I will say is, gone are the days where you go into a season expecting Golden State to be amongst the top teams in the NBA. Those days are over. And I will say, as currently constructed, as we obviously saw, this team is not good enough to make the playoffs. Now, obviously, yes, a lot of that, like I did say, was Draymond Green not being there for majority of the season due to suspensions. But this team needs to make a big swing. I don't know how they'll do it, but this team needs to make a big swing. They don't have another player that consistently. They need another all-star. Let's say that. They need another all-star. I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know if they can do it. It's going to be very tough, especially with Klay Thompson's situation happening, especially with Chris Paul's situation happening. Because if Chris Paul's on this team week 1 of next year, that means that more than likely they were unable to get no one except league minimums. And league minimums historically ain't winning championships. So if they're able to put a package together to get maybe a Paul George, maybe the Clippers lose in round 1 to the Dallas Mavericks and it's over with for that team. Maybe you can if you get a Paul George, I think that definitely opens, and you're able to keep Klay, that definitely opens that window, that championship window. Maybe not dynasty window, but championship window. But as currently constructed, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But as right now, that Golden State aura is officially over. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.